Hi, my name is Trevon Pendleton. I'm the head coach and athletic director of the Ironton Fighting Tigers.
Trevon Pendleton, the fullback, off to the Pendleton. Trevon's got it 30, 35, 40. Left sideline is in midfield. Still on his feet at the 40. Cuts inside the 35. He's inside the 30.
The fifth-year senior fullback, one of the Ohioans on this roster with just his fourth catch of the season, and a great effort.
And a great job here by the quarterback, O'Connor, of throwing the ball and throwing it.
Trevon Pendleton, touchdown, MSU. A strike from Connor Cook to that reliable former walk-on fullback, Trevon Pendleton.
Yeah, so actually, probably somewhere between 8 and 10 years old, I fell in love with football, watching as much as I could. Obviously I knew that's something that I could use to hopefully one day help get me to the level of success that I wanted to get to, whether playing or outside of football. And it's always just been something that helped me motivate myself and keep me motivated. In high school football, I played running back and linebacker. My senior year, I had several offers to go play college football. And then, I believe it had been week 6, I suffered a broken leg, and it kind of derailed my high school, obviously at the end of my high school career. And I lost my offer to Michigan State. But I end up still having the opportunity to walk on there. So I took a preferred walk-on spot and kind of took a gamble on myself that hopefully I was going to make it. And, obviously my biggest thing is, I knew if I wanted to go play college football, I wanted to go to a big school and try to play for a championship. I'd say the toughest thing was I was, even starting camp in late July, I was only a few days released from my broken leg. So, I went in, I was not in good shape. I was, not running well. I was not moving well. And I just had to kind of fight through that every day. The idea of getting those around me better, and in turn I would get better. It's something that our strength coach, Ken Manny, preached on a daily basis. Iron sharpens iron. Obviously, I went to Michigan State kind of not knowing what I'd do. They talked a little bit about linebacker, talked a little bit about fullback, was very unsure where I was going to play. Done a little bit of both in my first camp there. And then kind of coaches approached me and said, hey, we think you got an opportunity to get on the field possibly at some point as a fullback. Would you be willing to make the transition? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I just want to play football. And it was a learning curve. It was, as a running back, your job is to never take on anybody square and never try to avoid the big collision hits. And as a fullback, it's completely opposite. Your job is to square everyone up and try to initiate big collision hits. So, obviously it was a learning curve for me, and it took me a while, but it's something I embraced and something I wanted to do it. And it kind of fell right into that iron sharpens iron mentality that, that I was really buying into. And then going forward, my sophomore year, early in the year, we played Youngstown State. My first reception of college was actually a touchdown.
As well. And that is a wide open Michigan State Spartan. Fullback is Trevon Pendleton. Touchdown Spartans.
I think the game that I really started gaining a lot of confidence and kind of seeing how I could contribute and really started feeling comfortable as a college football player was probably my sophomore year against Michigan. The saying around Michigan State is when you're playing Michigan is, the winners walk the streets and the losers walk the alleys for the next year. So you kind of don't want to shake your face around town, but to be able to be a part of that, and that means so much to them guys from Michigan. That was pretty cool. First play of the game was a broken play, and our quarterback Connor Cook ended up throwing it back to me, and I think I picked up like 50, 60 yards on the play, very first play of scrimmage, and it just helped me pick up a lot of confidence. And it was cool seeing like my teammates get a lot more confidence in me.
Game 4, man. Opportunity. I'm on 49.
And obviously growing up as a Midwestern kid, especially in the 90s and early 2000s, the Rose Bowl was the mecca of Big Ten football. I mean, it was what everyone wanted to be a part of, what everyone strived to be in, and getting to play in that, and it'd be the 100th Rose Bowl. It was pretty cool. And then, obviously, I had one of my best games of my career, and was very fortunate. I scored a touchdown in the Rose Bowl, something that I dreamed of as a kid, out in the backyard playing around, throwing the ball up with my brother, talking about the Rose Bowl, and actually got a chance to score in it. Is not something a lot of people get to do, but definitely not fullbacks. The Ohio State game my senior year was just super important to me. It was a unique experience getting to play at the shoe as a senior, being a team captain, so getting to walk out there at midfield after growing up an Ohio State fan. It was something that was a surreal feeling, and all 4 captains, including myself, that day was from Ohio. So it was a cool experience to get to walk out there at, the coin toss with, our coach who's from Zanesville, Ohio, and, 3 other captains who were also from Ohio that probably grew up an Ohio State fan. And, it was such a surreal experience. Then, obviously the game kicks off and those kind of emotions go away and you're just playing football. But I know that we had a pass. I can actually remember the play. It was left Z-arc, pass 35 wheel. And we had it in all week, and we'd repped it down the goal line situation and red zone situation where we knew he was getting man coverage, and wasn't even thinking about it. We're in the huddle, and the play comes in. I think, wow, I got an opportunity here to do something that I never dreamed was possible. And obviously Tyler O'Connor, who was our backup quarterback playing that day, our starter was out, and threw a great ball, and I was just fortunate enough to make the catch, and it was about a yard or 2 short of the end zone, and just kind of spun around and dove for the pylon and was able to hit it. And it was a big debate. Obviously went to booth review and everything. And kind of the funny thing about that is people don't realize the week before against Michigan, I caught a 79-yard touchdown or pass down the sideline that was originally ruled a touchdown, and they booth reviewed it. It was actually the same crew. Booth reviewed it and ended up ruling me about 6 inches short. So I was really nervous. I was like, man, not again. It can't happen 2 weeks in a row. But ultimately it was a touchdown, and we ended up winning the game that day there in Columbus, 17-14 on the final second field goal.
For the win. Got it. Michigan State, as gutsy as it gets.
My ultimate goal, obviously in life, I wanted to take football as far as I could. Obviously, I knew that was a goal of mine. I didn't want to leave no stone unturned, I guess is the best way to put it. Obviously, college career ends in the college football playoffs against Alabama. We lost in the college football playoffs, and it was back to kind of the shocking reality of what now, what I do. And was fortunate enough to get a few calls from some agents that wanted to represent me and have an opportunity to play in the NFL. So basically took about 2 weeks off, healed up, rested, relaxed, and it was off to training. Was fortunate enough to have a really good training process. Had a really good pro day at Michigan State. Wasn't drafted. Was picked up by the Baltimore Ravens the night of draft night, and was able to go to mini camp with the Ravens, and end up getting hurt during that process. And that's where my football career ultimately ended as a player. Since coming here, obviously, there's a great foundation for football and a great foundation for success and winning within our football program with Coach Lutz, Coach Burcham, and Ironton's always been known for that. And we didn't want to come in and kind of completely change everything, but at the same sense, we wanted to put our own spin on it and put our own stamp on the program and kind of get a little jolt, to be honest. And a little bit of change is always a good thing. A lot of change, I think, can be a bad thing. So, we tried to tweak a little things here and little things there to get our kids excited, to get the community excited, to get our program excited. And, ultimately, you've seen some of them changes within our youth program. We've added a champions walk where we not only, come together and have some quiet time and reflection before the game as a team. We touch the tiger, we get the community involved on the walk, and then, the real purpose for the walk is, and the reason that we do it where we do, and the route that we take is because of Tiger Alley and the champions that lie in Tiger Alley, and those kids get to see all the championship teams down through there, and that's the last thing that they see before they enter the locker room and go in to get changed for a game. So we wanted to pay homage to those guys and the guys that have gotten it done, and all the sacrifice and hard work that they've done. But so we have made our own changes to it, and we've had some success, but we're just getting started. It's not over yet.